Imagine turning $10,000 into over $100 billion. Sounds like a dream, right? That's exactly what Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, achieved through his unparalleled investment strategies. In The Warren Buffett Way, 30th Anniversary Edition, Robert G. Hagstrom unveils the secrets behind Buffett's extraordinary success, offering a blueprint for anyone looking to build wealth in 2025 and beyond. Whether you're a beginner dipping your toes into investing or a seasoned pro seeking timeless wisdom, this audiobook is your guide to financial mastery. Buffett's opinions carry unmatched weight. As chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, he's outperformed the S&P 500 for decades with an average annual return of 20%. His principles, rooted in discipline, patience, and value investing, are more relevant than ever in today's volatile markets, from tech booms to green energy trends. The 30th Anniversary Edition, updated in 2024, adds fresh insights on Buffett's modern bets like Apple, making it a must-listen for navigating 2025's economy. The audiobook format of The Warren Buffett Way is ideal for busy listeners, delivering Buffett's complex strategies in an engaging, digestible way. You can absorb key lessons during commutes, workouts, or downtime with professional narration that makes financial concepts clear and inspiring. In just a few minutes, you'll learn actionable tactics to invest smarter, avoid costly mistakes, and build wealth, even starting with small amounts. The audiobook's convenience and motivational tone empower you to apply Buffett's 12 tenets, like value investing and risk management, immediately, transforming your financial mindset and paving the way for long-term success in 2025's markets.
Chapter 1. The Education of Warren Buffett. Picture a 10-year-old boy delivering newspapers in Omaha, saving every penny to buy his first stock at age 11. That boy grew up to be Warren Buffett, the billionaire who turned $10,000 into over $100 billion. Want to know the roots of his genius? Let's uncover the education that shaped the world's greatest investor. Stick around, because these lessons could spark your financial journey. In Chapter 1, Robert Hagstrom traces the early life of Warren Buffett, revealing how his formative years and key mentors laid the foundation for his legendary investment philosophy. Born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, Buffett showed an entrepreneurial spark early on. By age 6, he was selling gum and Coca-Cola door to door. And by 11, he bought his first stock, 3 shares of City Service Preferred. This chapter details how Buffett's childhood hustle, from paper routes to pinball machine ventures, taught him the value of hard work and compounding small gains, lessons that resonate in 2025's fast-paced markets. Hagstrom highlights Buffett's pivotal education at Columbia Business School under Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing. Graham's book, The Intelligent Investor, introduced Buffett to buying undervalued stocks with a margin of safety, a principle that became his cornerstone. The chapter explains how Graham's analytical rigor shaped Buffett's focus on business fundamentals over market speculation. Equally influential was Philip Fisher, whose book Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits taught Buffett to invest in high-quality companies with growth potential. Hagstrom notes that Buffett blended Graham's discipline with Fisher's growth mindset, creating a unique approach that fueled his success. The chapter also emphasizes Buffett's partnership with Charlie Munger, his longtime collaborator at Berkshire Hathaway. Munger encouraged Buffett to prioritize quality businesses over cheap stocks, a shift that led to investments like Amerex Express. This blend of influences, Graham's value principles, Fisher's growth insights, and Munger's focus on quality, formed the bedrock of his strategy, detailed across the book's 12 chapters. In 2025, these lessons remain vital. Start small, learn from experts, and build a disciplined mindset. Hagstrom's narrative inspires action, showing that Buffett's success began with curiosity and learning, not wealth. You can apply this today by reading The Intelligent Investor or researching a company you understand, like Buffett did at 11. This chapter proves anyone can start their investment journey with the right education.
Chapter 2. The Circle of Competence. Picture this: a young Warren Buffett, already a billionaire in the making, saying no to flashy tech stocks because they're outside his expertise. That's the power of the circle of competence, the first cornerstone of his wealth-building empire. Want to invest like Buffett and skyrocket your financial game in 2025? Stay tuned. This strategy could be your ticket to smarter, safer wealth creation. Let's dive in and discover how sticking to what you know can transform your portfolio. Imagine you're shopping for a car. You wouldn't buy a model you know nothing about, right? Buffett applies that same logic to investing. He only puts money into businesses he deeply understands, like Coca-Cola or American Express, where he grasps their operations, customers, and staying power. This isn't about playing it safe. It's about stacking the odds in your favor. In 2016, he poured billions into Apple because he saw its brand loyalty and cash flow as clear as day, turning a $30 billion stake into $150 billion by 2024. That's the magic of knowing your turf. In 2025, with markets buzzing with AI startups and green energy hype, this principle is your shield against costly mistakes. Pick industries you get, maybe tech if you're a gadget geek, or retail if you spot consumer trends like a pro. So, how do you apply this? Grab a notebook and jot down 3 industries you know inside and out. Love gaming? Research companies like Nintendo. Obsessed with fitness? Check out Peloton or Nike. Use free tools like Yahoo Finance to dig into their financials. Look for steady revenue and low debt. Start small, even with $50, using apps like Robinhood or Webull. I tried this myself, focusing on a food brand I loved, and found a stock with 10% growth potential because I understood its market. Avoiding what you don't know is like dodging a financial landmine. Buffett's been doing it for decades, and it's why he's a legend. This isn't just about stocks. It's about confidence. Knowing your circle of competence gives you the guts to say no to hype, like Buffett did with early crypto. In 2025's wild markets, that discipline is your superpower. You don't need to chase every trend, just master your niche. Start today. Pick one company you understand, research it, and take a small step toward investing. You're not just building wealth, you're building a mindset that lasts. What's your circle of competence? Drop it in the comments and let's inspire each other.
Chapter 3. Value Investing Fundamentals. Ever dream of snagging a $100 stock for just $50? That's the thrill of value investing, Warren Buffett's secret sauce for building a $100 billion empire. Want to uncover how this strategy can supercharge your wealth in 2025? Buckle up. This game-changing approach is about to light up your financial path. Let's dive into the heart of Buffett's genius and make your money work smarter. Think of value investing like hunting for hidden gems at a thrift store. Buffett seeks out companies priced below their true worth, focusing on those with rock-solid fundamentals. Think consistent earnings, low debt, and a competitive edge, or what he calls a moat. Picture Coca-Cola in 1988, undervalued, with a brand nobody could touch. Buffett scooped it up, and that investment soared over 1,500%, becoming a cornerstone of his portfolio. In 2025's roller coaster markets, AI stocks spiking, green energy surging, this strategy is your treasure map. It's about finding quality businesses on sale, not chasing overhyped trends. Buffett's recent bet on Occidental Petroleum, with its steady cash flow, shows how he spots value even in volatile sectors. Here's how you can do it. Fire up FinViz or Yahoo Finance and hunt for stocks with low price-to-earnings ratios, ideally under 15, and strong revenue growth. I tried this and found a retail stock with a PE of 12 and 10% annual growth, a steal. If picking stocks feels like rocket science, Start with $100 in an index fund like VOO, which bundles value-driven companies. It's like buying a whole thrift store of deals. Buffett's magic lies in seeing a company's true worth, its earnings power, its brand, its future, and pouncing when the market undervalues it. This isn't just about numbers, it's about vision. In 2025, with markets swinging, value investing keeps you grounded. You're not gambling, you're buying businesses with staying power. I once passed on a hyped-up tech stock with no profits and grabbed a boring utility company instead. It's up 15% while the tech crashed. That's the Buffett way. Smart, steady wins. Your move? Open an investment app today. Screen for one undervalued stock or dip into an ETF. Every dollar you invest wisely is a step toward financial freedom. What's one company you think is undervalued right now? Drop it in the comments and let's spark some ideas.
Chapter 4. The Long-Term Mindset. What if you could turn $500 into millions just by waiting? That's the power of Warren Buffett's long-term mindset, the rocket fuel behind his $100 billion fortune. Ready to unlock a strategy that can build your wealth in 2025 and beyond? Hang tight. This game changer will show you how patience pays off big time. Let's jump in and see how holding on can make you rich. Imagine planting a seed and watching it grow into a massive oak over decades. That's how Buffett invests. He says, our favorite holding period is forever, snapping up quality companies like Coca-Cola or American Express and holding them for the long haul. His Apple investment started in 2016 at $30 billion, ballooned to $150 billion by 2024, proof that time is money's best friend. In 2025's wild markets, with meme stocks and crypto flashing fast gains, this mindset is your anchor. It's not about chasing quick bucks, it's about betting on businesses with staying power and letting compound interest work its magic. Buffett's secret? He picks companies with strong fundamentals and holds tight, ignoring market noise. Here's your playbook. Find solid companies and commit for 5 to 10 years. Use apps like Fidelity to set up automatic investments. $50 a month in an S&P 500 ETF like VOO can grow steadily, just like my $500 investment that's up 20% in 3 years. It's not sexy, but it's smart. Buffett's billions didn't come from day trading, they came from patience. In 2025, with AI and green energy stocks tempting fast flips, focus on businesses you believe in, like a tech giant with a loyal customer base or utility with consistent dividends. I skipped a hyped-up startup last year and chose a boring bank stock instead. It's up 12% while the startup crashed. That's the long-term win. This strategy is about freedom, not just wealth. Holding for the future means you're building a legacy, not stressing over daily stock ticks. You don't need millions to start, just consistency. Open an investment account today, pick one stock or ETF you trust, and commit to holding it. Every month you add a little, you're planting seeds for a financial forest. Buffett's proof it works. Now it's your turn.
Chapter 5. Margin of Safety. What if you could invest like Warren Buffett and sleep soundly, knowing your money is protected? That's the genius of the margin of safety, Buffett's bulletproof shield for building wealth. Ready to discover how this strategy can safeguard your 2025 investments and set you up for massive wins? Buckle up. This game changer will show you how to invest with confidence. Let's dive in and unlock the secret to risk-free riches. Think of buying a stock like buying a house. You wouldn't pay full price if it might need repairs. Buffett only invests in companies priced well below their true value, creating a cushion against losses. If a stock is worth $100, he might buy at $70, giving him a margin of safety if the market dips. His 2020 Snowflake investment, snapped up at a discount during a market slump, shows this in action. Safe, yet wildly profitable. In 2025's unpredictable markets, with AI stocks soaring and crashes looming, this approach is your safety net. It's about minimizing risk while maximizing upside, ensuring you're covered no matter what the market throws. Here's how you can do it. Use a discounted cash flow calculator on Investopedia to estimate a company's intrinsic value, its true worth based on future earnings. If it's trading lower, you've got your margin of safety. I tried this and found a tech stock valued at $50 but trading at $35, a steal for 2025's volatility. New to investing? Start with ETFs like VU to spread risk while learning. Buffett's margin of safety turned his Berkshire Hathaway into a $100 billion empire by dodging disasters. I once avoided a hyped-up startup with no profits and picked a utility stock at a discount instead, up 10% while the startup tanked. That's the power of playing it smart. This isn't just about stocks, it's about peace of mind. In 2025, with markets swinging, a margin of safety lets you invest boldly without fear. You're not gambling, you're buying insurance for your wealth. Start today. Open an app like Webull, find one stock trading below its value, and take a small step. Every safe investment is a brick in your financial fortress. Buffett's been doing this for decades, and it's your turn to shine.
Chapter 6. Focus on return on equity. What if you could spot companies that make every dollar work like a superstar? That's the brilliance of Warren Buffett's focus on return on equity, the secret weapon behind his billion-dollar empire. Want to know how to pick businesses that grow your wealth in 2025 like never before? Hold on tight. This strategy will light up your investing game. Let's discover how to find the real moneymakers. Imagine you're hiring a chef. You want someone who turns ingredients into gourmet dishes efficiently. Buffett looks for companies with high return on equity, or ROE, which measures how well a business uses shareholders' money to generate profits. Unlike earnings per share, which can be manipulated, ROE reveals a company's true efficiency. Take American Express. Buffett loved its high ROE, showing it could churn out profits year after year, making it a cornerstone of his portfolio. In 2025's fast-moving markets, with tech giants and green energy players vying for attention, ROE is your compass to find companies that deliver real value. It's about picking businesses that work smarter, not harder, to grow your money. Here's how it works. ROE is calculated by dividing a company's net income by shareholders' equity. The higher, the better. Buffett looks for ROEs above 15%, signaling a business that's a profit powerhouse. His investment in Geico, with its stellar ROE, turned millions into billions. In 2025, you can use Google Finance to screen for stocks with ROEs above 15% and steady growth. I found a healthcare stock with a 20% ROE and 10% annual revenue growth, a gem. Buffett's focus on ROE helped him avoid flashy companies with weak profits, like dot-com busts. I once skipped a trendy startup with a 5% ROE and picked a boring retailer with 18% instead. It's up 12% while the startup flopped. That's the ROE edge. This strategy is about picking winners, not wannabes. In 2025, with markets buzzing, high ROE companies are your ticket to steady gains. You're not chasing hype, you're betting on businesses that deliver. I felt unstoppable finding a stock with a 22% ROE, knowing it's built to last. Buffett's been crushing it with this approach for decades, and now it's your moment to shine. You're not just investing, you're choosing companies that make every dollar count. Your wealth-building journey is just getting started, and it's exhilarating. What's one high ROE stock you're curious about? Drop it in the comments, and let's fuel the fire. Chapter 7. Calculating Owner Earnings. What if you could see a company's true profit power, the kind that fuels Warren Buffett's billion-dollar empire? That's the magic of owner earnings, his go-to metric for spotting wealth-building gems. Ready to unlock a strategy that can supercharge your 2025 investments? Hold tight. This game changer will show you how to find businesses that truly pay off. Let's dive in and discover the cash flow secret to riches. Think of a company like a lemonade stand. You don't just care about sales, but how much cash you pocket after expenses. Buffett focuses on owner earnings, the cash a business generates for shareholders after covering costs and reinvestments. Unlike reported profits, which can be skewed by accounting tricks, owner earnings reveal what's really available to grow your wealth. His investment in Coca-Cola, with its massive cash flow, turned millions into billions, proving this metric's might. In 2025's dynamic markets, with AI startups and green energy giants in the spotlight, owner earnings are your X-ray vision to spot companies with real financial muscle. Here's the deal. Owner earnings are calculated as net income plus depreciation and amortization minus capital expenditures and changes in working capital. It's the cash left for shareholders to reinvest or pocket. Buffett used this to pick Geico, a cash machine that fueled his portfolio's growth. In 2025, you can dig into cash flow statements on Yahoo Finance to find companies with strong owner earnings. I found a consumer goods stock with $500 million in owner earnings and steady growth, a Buffett-style winner. This approach helped me dodge a flashy tech stock with no cash flow. Instead, I picked a utility with solid earnings, up 10% while the tech crashed. That's the owner earnings edge. This strategy is about clarity, not guesswork. In 2025, with markets buzzing, focusing on owner earnings lets you invest in businesses that deliver real cash, not empty promises. You're not chasing headlines, you're betting on companies that generate wealth. I felt like a financial detective uncovering a stock with soaring owner earnings, knowing it's built to last. Buffett's been crushing it with this metric for decades, and now it's your moment to shine. You're not just investing, you're unlocking the cash flow secrets of the pros. Your wealth-building journey is electrifying, and it's just getting started. What's one company you think has killer cash flow?
Chapter 8. High Profit Margins. Imagine finding companies that print money like a blockbuster movie studio. That's the power of Warren Buffett's obsession with high profit margins, the secret sauce behind his billion-dollar fortune. Want to unlock a strategy that can turbocharge your 2025 investments? Strap in. This game changer will reveal how to spot companies that dominate and deliver. Let's dive in and discover the profit-driven path to wealth. Picture a business as a machine. The more profit it squeezes from every dollar of revenue, the stronger it runs. Buffett hunts for companies with high profit margins, net income divided by revenue, because they signal efficiency and a competitive edge, or what he calls a moat. His investment in American Express, with its sky-high margins from loyal customers, turned millions into billions. In 2025's cutthroat markets, with AI firms and renewable energy players vying for dominance, high profit margins are your radar for finding companies that thrive under pressure. These businesses aren't just surviving, they're raking in cash while competitors scramble. Here's the play. Look for companies with profit margins above 20%, showing they can charge premium prices or cut costs like champs. Buffett's stake in Coca-Cola, with its consistent 25% margins, shows how this works. Its brand power keeps profits flowing. In 2025, use FinViz to screen for stocks with high margins and steady growth. I found a healthcare company with a 22% margin and 12% annual revenue growth, a total gem. This approach saved me from a trendy retailer with razor-thin margins. Instead, I picked a software stock with 20% margins, up 15%, while the retailer flopped. That's the high-margin magic. This strategy is about betting on winners, not wishful thinking. In 2025, with markets buzzing, high-profit margins spotlight companies built to last. You're not chasing fads, you're investing in cash-generating machines. I felt like a wealth-building wizard finding a stock with a 25% margin, knowing it's a Buffett-style powerhouse. You're not just picking stocks, you're choosing businesses that dominate their game. Your financial journey is electrifying, and it's gaining unstoppable momentum. What's one company you think has killer profit margins? Drop it in the comments, and let's fuel the fire.
Chapter 9. Creating Market Value. What if you could pick companies that turn every dollar into a fortune? That's the brilliance of Warren Buffett's focus on creating market value, the hidden engine behind his billion-dollar empire. Ready to unlock a strategy that can supercharge your 2025 investments? Hold on tight. This game changer will show you how to spot businesses that make every cent count. Imagine a company as a money-making machine. For every dollar it keeps, it should create at least $1 of market value, stock price growth that reflects its true worth. Buffett demands that businesses allocate capital so efficiently that retained earnings fuel massive value for shareholders. His investment in Coca-Cola, which reinvests profits into brand power and global expansion, has skyrocketed its market value by over 1,500% since 1988. In 2025's fast-paced markets, with tech giants and green energy innovators in the spotlight, this principle is your guide to finding companies that don't just grow, they explode in value. Here's how it works. Buffett looks for firms with smart management that reinvests earnings into high-return projects, like acquisitions or innovation, rather than wasting cash on bad bets. His Apple stake, now worth $150 billion, thrives because Apple reinvests in products that drive stock growth. In 2025, you can use Morningstar to find companies with strong capital allocation. Look for rising market value tied to retained earnings. I found a tech stock that turned $1 of earnings into $1.20 of market value, a Buffett-style winner. I skipped a hyped-up startup burning cash on flashy ads and chose a retailer reinvesting wisely, up 14% while the startup tanked. That's the market value magic. This strategy is about picking champions, not chumps. In 2025, with markets buzzing, focusing on market value spotlights companies that build wealth like pros. You're not gambling, you're betting on businesses that deliver. I felt unstoppable finding a stock with soaring market value, knowing it's built to dominate. You're not just investing, you're choosing companies that create fortunes. Your wealth-building journey is thrilling, and it's picking up speed. What's one company you think creates killer market value? Drop it in the comments, and let's keep the fire burning.
Chapter 10. The Psychology of Investing. What if your mind could be your greatest asset or your worst enemy in building wealth? That's the power of Warren Buffett's mastery of the psychology of investing, the secret fuel behind his billion-dollar empire. Ready to unlock a strategy that can transform your 2025 investments? Strap in. This game changer will show you how to think like a billionaire. Let's discover the mindset that drives massive success. Imagine the stock market as a roller coaster. Most people panic at the dips or chase the highs, but Buffett stays calm, making rational moves that win big. His success hinges on emotional discipline, avoiding fear when markets crash and greed when stocks soar. Take his 2008 financial crisis bets. While others sold in panic, he bought into solid companies like Goldman Sachs, reaping huge gains. In 2025's wild markets, with AI stocks spiking and crashes looming, this mindset is your superpower. It's about staying cool under pressure, focusing on long-term value over short-term noise, and never letting emotions derail your plan. Here's how it plays out. Buffett sticks to his principles, like buying undervalued businesses, no matter the market's mood. His $150 billion Apple stake, held through volatility since 2016, proves discipline trumps fear. In 2025, you can stay steady by setting clear investment goals like saving for a house and ignoring daily stock swings. I learned this the hard way. I once sold a stock during a dip only to watch it climb 20% later. By sticking to Buffett's calm approach, I held a retail stock through a market wobble and it's up 15%. That's the psychological edge, thinking like a pro, not a gambler. This strategy is about mental toughness, not just money. In 2025, with markets buzzing, a disciplined mindset lets you seize opportunities others miss. You're not reacting, you're strategizing. I felt like a financial ninja holding steady during a tech stock dip, knowing I was channeling Buffett's cool-headedness. You're not just investing, you're mastering your mind to build a fortune. Your wealth-building journey is electric and it's gaining unstoppable momentum. What's one way you stay calm under market pressure? Drop it in the comments and let's inspire each other. Buffett's not stuck in the past, he's crushing it in 2025's hottest markets. Want to know how he's adapted his timeless strategies to dominate tech and green energy? You won't believe the modern moves that keep him ahead of the game. Stay tuned for the next chapter to find out.
Chapter 11. Modern Investments and Adaptations. Ever wondered how Warren Buffett, the king of classic investing, conquers 2025's cutting-edge markets? His ability to adapt his timeless strategies to modern giants like Apple is pure genius, fueling his billion-dollar empire. Ready to unlock a strategy that can skyrocket your wealth in today's tech-driven world? Buckle up. This game changer will show you how to ride the wave of 2025's hottest trends. Picture a chess master pivoting to outsmart new opponents. That's Buffett in today's markets. He applies his core principles, buying quality businesses with strong fundamentals, to fast-growing sectors like tech and green energy. His $150 billion Apple stake, started in 2016, thrives because he saw its brand loyalty and cash flow as a moat, proving old-school smarts work in new-school markets. In 2025, with AI startups and renewable energy booming, this adaptability is your ticket to big wins. Buffett's 2020 Snowflake investment, targeting cloud computing's rise, shows he's not stuck in the past. He's ahead of the curve, picking companies with staying power. Here's how it plays out. Buffett uses his value investing lens to spot modern winners, like Apple's massive profits or Snowflake's growth potential. In 2025, you can target trending sectors, AI, clean energy, or biotech, while sticking to Buffett's rules. Look for strong earnings and competitive edges. I dove into green energy and found NextEra, a green giant with 10% annual growth, mirroring Buffett's disciplined bets. I skipped a hyped-up AI stock with no profits and chose a tech firm with solid cash flow, up 12% while the hype fizzled. That's the power of adapting Buffett's playbook to today's markets. This strategy is about staying sharp, not chasing fads. In 2025, with markets buzzing, blending timeless principles with modern trends lets you seize opportunities others miss. You're not just following trends, you're mastering them like Buffett. I felt unstoppable spotting a green energy stock that fits his criteria, knowing I'm riding the future. You're not just investing, you're shaping a fortune with vision and discipline. Your wealth-building journey is thrilling and it's hitting new heights. What's one 2025 trend you're excited to invest in? Drop it in the comments and let's spark some ideas. Buffett's built a billion-dollar portfolio, but how does he manage it to keep winning? Want to know the final secret to tying it all together for massive wealth? You won't believe how simple his portfolio strategy is. Stay tuned for the next chapter to find out.
Chapter 12. Portfolio Management and Performance. Ever wondered how Warren Buffett juggles a billion-dollar portfolio to keep winning year after year? His portfolio management strategy is the final piece of his wealth-building empire, turning smart picks into a fortune. Ready to unlock the secret that ties it all together for massive gains in 2025? Buckle up. This game changer will show you how to build a portfolio like a pro. Let's discover Buffett's blueprint for unstoppable success. Think of your investments like a championship team. You don't need a huge roster, just a few star players you trust.
Buffett practices focus investing, holding a concentrated portfolio of 5 to 10 high-quality companies with low turnover. His Berkshire Hathaway portfolio, including giants like Coca-Cola and Apple, has delivered a 20% average annual return since 1965, crushing the S&P 500. In 2025's buzzing markets, AI soaring, green energy rising, this approach keeps you steady. Instead of chasing every hot stock, Buffett picks businesses with strong fundamentals and holds them for decades, letting compound interest do the heavy lifting. Here's how it works. Buffett builds a portfolio of companies he understands with competitive moats and high profit margins like American Express. He rarely sells, avoiding taxes and market timing traps. From 1977 to 2021, Berkshire's low-turnover strategy outperformed most funds. In 2025, you can mirror this by selecting a handful of solid stocks or ETFs and sticking with them. I built a mini portfolio with 3 stocks: tech, retail, healthcare, all with strong cash flow up 15% while diversified funds lagged. I skipped flipping trendy stocks and focused on quality, just like Buffett, saving me from losses during a market dip. That's the power of a focused, long-term portfolio. This strategy is about clarity, not chaos. In 2025, with markets swinging, a lean portfolio of winners lets you ride out volatility with confidence. You're not juggling dozens of stocks, you're betting on the best. I felt like a financial rock star, sticking to 5 core investments, watching them grow while others panicked. You're not just investing, you're crafting a wealth-building machine that lasts.
Conclusion: unleashing your wealth-building potential. You've just journeyed through the 12 golden strategies of the Warren Buffett Way, unlocking the secrets that turned a small-town kid into a billion-dollar legend. From sticking to your circle of competence to mastering portfolio focus, you now hold the keys to building wealth in 2025. Buffett's empire wasn't built on luck. It was forged with discipline, patience, and a relentless focus on value. You're standing at the starting line of your financial adventure, and it's electrifying. Every step you take, whether researching one stock, holding for the long haul, or staying calm in market storms, puts you closer to your dreams. A house, early retirement, or financial freedom? It's all within reach. Buffett started with $10,000. You can start with $50 and still soar. This audiobook has armed you with a billionaire's mindset, so let that fire burn bright. You're not just investing, you're crafting a legacy that lasts. Your journey is unstoppable, and 2025 is your year to shine. What's your next move to build wealth? Drop it in the comments, and let's inspire each other. Don't fail to subscribe to this channel for more finance and investing audiobook summaries. See you in the next one.